Hey, how's it going? Don't have a bandsaw? No problem. Don't all have room or the money for a bandsaw. I didn't have a bandsaw until I was well into my 60s. So, although they're very convenient, they're not absolutely necessary. Most of us have one of these, a jigsaw, a power jigsaw like this. And I think we can hack this into a poor man's bandsaw, and we can do a lot of stuff with it. So let's get started. All right, we'll need a thin piece of plywood. This is not very big. It just happens to be what I had laying around. You know, something like 1/2 inch or 3/8 plywood. You don't want it too thick because it cuts down on the thickness of the material that you can cut when we're all done with this. So like I say, you really want a bigger piece than this, but it's what I have. So first thing we'll do is we'll set our saw on here and we'll trace around the pattern. And this is where the blade is going to be. So the first thing we want to do is cut a hole right there. And we'll just make sure that the hole ended up in the right place. Next, dig around in your junk bin and find some little bolts and washers and nuts. Next, let's just drill a couple holes and see how this works out. And just to be super cool, let's just countersink these holes on the other side. Be sure to use a lock washer on these nuts here because this will vibrate, and you want to check this frequently. If you're going to use it for a long time at any one given stretch, check these because they will want to wiggle loose, and then you don't want this to end up on the floor or cutting you in the leg or something like that. And usually they will have a button to where you can squeeze the trigger and hold the button so the saw will stay running. Well, let's stick a blade in his. Okay, securely clamped to my outfeed table. Let's see what happens. I'll fire it up. Okay, be really careful. There's no guard or anything protective on here, so keep your eye on this at all times. Make sure this is not wiggling loose and that these bolts are not coming loose on the bottom. And you should be able to do some fun little stuff. See you later.